special day to have two justices here, right?
Good evening, Chairman Brown, Board of Education members, and Superintendent Simmons. Tonight I have the privilege of introducing to you Miss Audrey Hare. Audrey, if you'll come forward, please. Audrey Hare is a junior who currently attends Spalding High School, and she's been playing the trombone for 6 years and the piano for 10. This year, she has had involvement in the Atlanta Symphony Youth Orchestra as one of the co-principals of her section and the Georgia Youth Symphony Orchestra as the principal trombonist. She has also made the Georgia All-State Band 4 years consecutively, placing first chair trombone for her age group the last 3 years. She plans on majoring in music performance and is currently determining a second area of study. This evening, she will be playing Bordoni number 29. Audrey Hare is a junior who currently attends Spalding High School. She's been playing the trombone for 6 years and the piano for 10. This year, she has had involvement in the Atlanta Symphony Youth Orchestra as one of the co-principals of her section and the Georgia Youth Symphony Orchestra as the principal trombonist. She has also made the Georgia All-State Band 4 years consecutively, placing first chair trombone for her age group the last 3 years. She plans on majoring in music performance and is currently determining a second area of study.
Amen.
Last one? I'll send it to you. Okay.
You want to shake our new friend hand?
Congratulations, great job.
Meeting is now contorted.
All right. We'll have our prayer and pledge by Leader Holmes. Our prayer by Leader Holmes and our scholars pledge.
Lord God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the days that we have celebrated leading up until this day. Father God, we pray right now that you continue to give us our daily bread. We ask, Lord God, that you lead, guide, and direct us in all the decisions that we make. Please, Lord, cover these young scholars that are under our care. And it's in Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Say the pledge, okay? Turn around. Turn around. Stand right here. There you go. Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
Juro fidelidad a la bandera de Estados Unidos de América.
Let's give our scholars a hand. And we have siblings C.J. McKenzie and Justice McKenzie. Thank you, scholars, so much for participating in our meeting today. Great job. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Good job, man. Lucky here, buddy. Thank you to our scholars over in the formidable 5th, over at Beaverbrook Elementary School, for helping us out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our Griffin Spalding County School Spotlight. We're going to pass it over to Ms. McDonald, the formidable 5th, to present our District 5 school spotlight, Beaverbrook Elementary School.
Good evening, all, and thank you for our scholars that introduced our meeting and brought our meeting to order. Thank you, parents, for bringing your scholars to us. Thank you. School Spotlight is, school name is Beaverbrook Elementary. Beaverbrook is in my district. How many scholars attend there? 302. The school mascot is the beaver. And how many faculty and staff members work at the school? Beaverbrook has 47 faculty and staff members. A quote from the principal: as a first-year principal, I couldn't have dreamed of a better year. As I reflect on the year to this point, I am reminded of the many accomplishments of our students and staff. From placing second in school spirit in the inaugural GSCS pep rally at the beginning of the year to winning the GSCS lip sync battle in December, the Beaverbrook staff has been able to truly show what a great team we are. And talented, I might add. Our students have done amazing things as well, including placing third in the System Reading Bowl, sending several fifth graders to represent the district in the 4-H DPA competition, and reducing the overall number of behavior incidents tremendously by being the best Beaverbrook Beavers. What good things are going on at the school socially, emotionally, and educationally? There are so many amazing things going on at Beaverbrook. To say that our community has really rallied around the brook would be an understatement. To date, Beaverbrook has been blessed with 19 partners in education who are making an impact on students and staff on a daily basis. Through our partners, we have been able to provide attendance rewards thanks to McDonald's, keep our PBS store furnished with prizes from the help of various Sun City pods, celebrate our Students of the Month with United Bank, keep teachers happy with treats and meals from Sunnyside UMC Women's Club and Sunnyside Community Church, and host an amazing community Spring Fest and Easter egg hunt thanks to Eagles Landing Church. Additionally, we'll be opening the Brook Community Closet thanks to support from Leadership Spalding and the Griffin Spalding Chamber of Commerce to provide clothing for students and families in our community. On April 21st and 22nd, Beaverbrook will culminate our initiative of hosting 4 math nights in conjunction with the production of our student performance of Junie B. Jones. Parent involvement has increased tremendously throughout the year, and we look forward to continuing this trend next year as students take ownership of their data. What is the school doing to promote diversity, inclusion, and equity among scholars, families, and staff? Our amazing counselor, and I certainly agree with that, has done a phenomenal job of creating opportunities for diversity, inclusion, and equity among our scholars. On a monthly basis, Beaverbrook celebrates people from all walks of life to share and educate how all cultures of people impact our world. Each month, a different group of people is highlighted on a bulletin board containing factual information for students to read, and an individual is recognized each afternoon on the announcements. During classroom lessons, Ms. RV, our counselor, is able to provide the opportunity for students to share similarities and differences, likes and dislikes, and creates an inclusive environment where all are welcome. Our PTA has also taken the initiative to apply for grants to build little free libraries throughout our community. Finally, the Brook Community Closet will hold its ribbon cutting on April 17th and be able to support our students and families who need assistance with clothing. And I can tell you, Beaverbrook is in my district, and they are incredibly blessed by our community. As most of you know, I live in Sun City. I can't even begin to tell you what Sun City has done for Beaverbrook as far as finances, or like Mr. Josh said, they just bring things from pods out in Sun City. So on behalf of the board and our system, it's an honor to present this certificate to Beaverbrook Elementary, our Spotlight School of the Month. Are there any faculty and staff here also? Feel free to come up.
present our school spotlight to hear the amazing things that are going on at the school. And so to Principal McGavin and to your team, congratulations on all the great things that you are doing, and we wish you much success, and we'll get out to see you soon. All right, let's go on to our school system announcements. We are in for a treat tonight from a young man who really needs no introduction, but I'm going to pass it over to the good Reverend from the Sacred Second, Will Doss, to present our scholar who will serve as do our announcements today.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Today I have the opportunity, I'm sure Mom would brag on him a bit if she could, but his name is Ethan Bearden. He's a 12th grader at Griffin High School. His activities are Student Council, FBLA, Beta Club, Griffin High School Band of Gold, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, Key Club, Kappa Alpha Psi, Leadership League, Griffin Spalding Peer Court, Cam Newton's Foundation Tutorial Program, and GHS CTAE Department Volunteer and Student Body President.
Will, is there anything else?
He left out best dressed as well.
You are not going to believe what all is still to come, but his plans are to major in nursing. He is not going to announce until May 1st where he is going to school, even though he has been accepted to 32 colleges.
Yay!
Just a few of those colleges are Florida A&M University, Georgia State University, North Carolina A&T University, Morehouse College, Mississippi State, Clemson, Auburn, UGA, University of Alabama. So, to say the least, we are very, very excited to have, and has been before us before, Mr. Ethan Bearden. We are very proud of you. These young students that were here just a little while ago opening this meeting will aspire to be like you, and thank you for the example that you have set for them.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Chairman Brown, members of the board, and Superintendent Simmons. My name is Ethan Bearden, and I am a senior at Griffin High School. I would like to thank the Board of Education for involving scholars of the district in the policy and legislative processes. Saturday, April 15th at 1:30 p.m., there will be a parade in downtown Griffin to honor the state champion Griffin High School Lady Bears. Tuesday, April 25th, 2023, the Griffin Spalding County Board of Education retreat will take place at Gordon State College in Barnesville, Georgia, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Wednesday, April 26, 2023, is Administrative Assistant Day. Monday, May 1st, 2023, is National School Principals Day. Monday, May 8th, 2023, through Friday, May 12th, is Teacher Appreciation Week. Governance team, cabinet members, and stakeholders, this concludes the Board of Education announcements for Tuesday, April 11th, 2023.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you doing that for us. Mr. Chair, I conclude.
Thank you so much. All right, it's now time for the adoption of our agenda.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion with the following corrections.
Go ahead.
Or not so much corrections, but additions. If we can move the consent agenda down to after item number 12, which is the executive session, so that we can have an opportunity to discuss a few things before that is voted upon. And then we're, since the publishing of the agenda, we've added in section 10, number 6, the UVA partnership, if I'm not mistaken, of the action items. So with those corrections, we can make the motion.
And then to your motion, I also would like to add under action items, the administrative appointments for Atkinson and Orrs to be removed from the agenda, All right, so it's been properly motioned by Mr. Holmes of the second. What is the pleasure of this body?
We do have a second. I'm sorry, I didn't hear
No,
that.
it's been motioned by Mr. Doss of the second.
Second.
I'm sorry. It's been motioned by Mr. Doss of the second. I should stick with calling him the Good Reverend. It's been motioned by the Good Reverend of the 2nd District and seconded by Ms. McDonald of the 5th District. What is the pleasure of this body? Please vote by raising your right hand. So moved, 5-0. All right, now we are at recognitions. Ms. Sue McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I also wanted to extend my congratulations to Ethan. Don't tell me you can't get a good education here. I'm just going to remind you, last year, $5.6 million were awarded to our seniors from Spalding and Griffin High School. So it can happen, but you got to make it happen. Ethan, congratulations. Dr. Bearden, I loved your collage of colleges that he had been accepted to on Twitter. It was just incredible. And we are so proud of you and proud of your son. And I just wanted to say thank you. All right, Dr. Ergel, Griffin High HOSA students.
Yes, good evening, Chairman Brown, board members, and Superintendent Dr. Simmons. Tonight we want to recognize and celebrate some of our CTA students and the accomplishments they've had in their CTSOs, which are their Career Technical Student Organizations. All of our Career Tech programs are aligned with a Career Technical Student Organization that offers activities, co-curricular activities that align with the lessons that they're learning in their classes. For example, FBLA is aligned with our Business and Information Technology programs. So every year, each CTSO offers local, regional, and state events for our students to attend, as well as compete in the knowledge and skill events from lessons in their classes. So tonight, we first want to focus on Griffin High School's healthcare program and their CTSO, HOSA, which is for future healthcare professionals. So if the following students would please come forward: Asaya Moten, Megan Pitts, Zayden Selby, and Seth Pollard, and their advisor, Mr. Duncan. These two teams of students competed against their peers across the state in a CERT, Community Emergency Response Team event, and these two teams placed first and second place at the HOSA State Leadership Conference in March. These students will now go forward to the HOSA International Conference this summer in Dallas and again compete with peers from across the nation. Please join me in congratulating these students, their advisor, Mr. Mitch Duncan, as well as their advisor, Ms. Sheila Durham, who could not be here tonight, their CERT trainer and mentor, Chief Hamilton, who also could not be with us tonight, and their principal, Mr. Herbert Chambers. We wish you the best in Dallas. In June. And the recognitions do not stop there. We also have Spalding High School students that are in the Early Childhood Education program, and they are part of the CTSO FCCLA, which stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. Please come forward, Cassidy Reeves, Madison Johnson, Cade Worley, and their advisor, who is also our GSCS Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Shelley Worley.
Oh, that's great.
Cassidy, Madison, and Cade qualified as national competitors for their instructional video, Shake It Up. These students will be headed to Denver, Colorado in July to compete with their peers from across the nation at the National FCCLA Leadership Conference. So please join me in congratulating these students, their advisor, and also their principal, Mr. Dexter Sands. We wish you the best in Denver. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ergel. Next, we have the 2023 Star Students and Teachers, Mr. Adam Pugh.
All right, it's my honor to introduce some more rock stars of Griffin Spalding County Schools. The Page Star Program stands for Student Teacher Achievement Recognition and honors Georgia's highest achieving high school seniors and the teachers who have been most instrumental in their academic development. Since its creation in 1958 by the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the STAR program has honored 29,000 students who have in turn chosen their STAR teachers to share in this recognition. Every accredited high school in Georgia is eligible to participate in this preeminent student-teacher academic recognition. To obtain the STAR nomination, high school students must have the highest score on any single test date of the SAT taken through the November test date of their senior year and be in the top 10% or top 10 students of their class based on grade point average. Nominees' SAT scores must be equal to or higher than the 2022 national average scores on the evidence-based reading and writing and math sections of the SAT. High school STAR students compete for system titles, and system STAR students in turn compete for their region-wide honors in the 12 STAR regions. We honor academic excellence and the special relationship that the students have with their most influential teachers. Griffin High School, the STAR student is Adam Grayson Smith, and the STAR teacher is Miss Angela Roth. Come on forward. And for Spalding High School, and also our county-wide or region-wide winner, the STAR student is Clayton Howell Vaughn, and his STAR teacher is Dr. Chris Godat. Congratulations to our STAR students and teachers. We all know that students could not have these amazing achievements without the support of their family. Could we also have the family members of these exceptional students please stand so we can recognize you? We're super proud of your students. Parents, please stand, and let's give parents, students, and teachers a big round of applause.
Recognizing now Ms. Goodman and Ms. Potter, Young Georgia authors. Sorry about that.
Greetings, Chairman Brown, board members, and Superintendent Simmons. In February, students from across GSCS participated in the district-level Young Georgia Authors Competition, YGA. This writing contest, sponsored by the Georgia Language Arts Supervisors and the Georgia RESA Network, with support from the Georgia Department of Education, is open to students in grades K through 12 and includes all types of writing, such as short stories, poetry, essay, research reports, and other forms. The purpose of YGA is to encourage students to develop enthusiasm and expertise in their writing, to provide a context to celebrate their writing successes, and to recognize student achievement in arts and academics.
The district-level winning submissions were entered in the Griffin RESA Regional Competition for grades K through 8 and 12th grade. We are pleased to announce that the 6th grade 2023 regional winner is our very own Sky Ottawa Run. Oda will run. Thank you. From Kennedy Road Middle School. Sky will go on. She will be amongst the winning entries from the RISA level, who will now move on to the state level competition for another round of judging. State winners will be announced in May. Please join us in congratulating Sky on this achievement and wish her the very best in the state competition. Just a little bit more. Sky is going to read an excerpt of her winning piece, and she is also a recently published author with her very own book, Susie Cinnamon, The Mystery of the Tunnels, available on Amazon as an ebook and print. And a local sponsor. And we, to celebrate you, Sky, the certificates already went out to the school, but we did have a local sponsor who would like to award you with this gift certificate. So thank you. You come read.
So the title of my book is called The Unusual Book. Orchid Topaz was a 12-year-old who loved to write, read, and explore. She often wrote her own stories just for the fun of it. Although she wrote about adventures, she always wanted to go on an adventure of her own and do something no one had ever done before. One day, she was drawing a picture for a story she had written when she heard a loud knocking on her door. She ran to the door and opened it, but no one was there. There was nothing on the ground by the door either. She ran down her driveway to check the mailbox, but there was nothing in it. As she turned her head to go back into the house, Orchid heard a voice shout, "Help, help! Orchid, come save me." Orchid looked around and saw a small blue book sitting on the highest branch of the tree that held up her treehouse. She scrambled up the ladder onto the playhouse platform and strained to reach the book. To her dismay, it was too high up. Carefully, she grabbed onto a low branch and pulled herself up onto it with some difficulty. Standing on the branch, she was able to reach the book. "Hello, hello," said the book. "You can talk?" Orchid exclaimed. "Yes, and I will be your book companion. I am a very special book. You see, my pages are blank. Write whatever you want on them, and I am able to make it happen," the book said. So Orchid took a monocle blue pen from her pocket and wrote, "My treehouse is in outer space." "Your wish shall come true," the book said happily. Poof. Orchid floated up off the ground. She floated to the window and glanced outside. She really was in outer space, peering down over the earth. What types of things should I do next, she wondered. She wrote down, "I have a pet hippopotamus that juggles beach balls." Poof. A purple-pink hippopotamus juggling red and blue beach balls appeared. Orchid then wrote, "My treehouse is back to normal on Earth, and the hippopotamus is back to where it came from." Poof. Orchid floated back down to the ground, and the treehouse landed on the tree it had always sat on. Spinning around, Orchid saw that the hippopotamus was gone. Thank you.
Sky, can you
Miss
come and
Goodman.
shake their hands?
Yeah. What's the name of her book again?
The Mystery of the Tunnel.
The Mystery of the Tunnels. Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
And we're going to ask Dr. Pittman to join us for a picture.
I believe this is her 4th trip here. Is that correct? 3rd or 4th this year? That's awesome.
LA coordinators, y'all want to join us for a picture as well? Do it for the book. Do it for the book.
She's gotten lots of honors this year.
Yes. Y'all gonna get her name correct, and y'all gonna get her title correct. Period.
Great. That's awesome. Wow, what a night. Tonight is what makes our jobs we are so proud of everyone in this room that has contributed to these students' successes. Parents, teachers, principals, admin, counselors, staff, support staff. Thank you so much. And Mr. Brown, that concludes our recognitions.
Thank you so much, Ms. McDonald. All right, we are now at the point for public comments. Ms. Wright, there are none. Y'all want to take a break or keep going, guys? Okay. If you want to deuce Poppy, you can do that at this moment. However, the meeting will continue. Deuce Poppy. You can leave if you want to. Right. All right. Next up, we have action items. School bus surplus, Mr. Todd Harris.
Good evening, Chairman Brown, Superintendent Simmons, board members. It is recommended that the GSCS Board of Education approve the surplus of 8 late model school buses. Our Transportation Department's vehicle replacement cycle, we target specific vehicles each year for surplus. These are vehicles that, due to condition, require higher levels of maintenance and a high number of repairs. Removing these vehicles from the fleet reduces our overall operational costs and allows our bus technicians to focus more on preventive maintenance than repairs. Once identified, these vehicles will be posted for auction, or they have been identified, and sold to the highest bidder. We use a website, govdeals.com. If the vehicle is not sold on the auction site, it's then made available to local bidders. We have a number who make frequent inquiries about the opportunity to purchase surplus school buses. The current vehicles identified for surplus are listed on the action item there. They are, with the exception of one that's a 2002, they are all 2006 model school buses. They are all 72 passenger with one that's a 27 passenger, so a special needs bus. But it is recommended that the GSCS Board of Education approve the surplus of 8 late model school buses.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the report from Director of Transportation Todd Harris. What is the pleasure of this body as it relates to the surplus item on the agenda?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
It's been properly motioned by Dean Cook. Seconded by, we're going to give it to the leader from the 53rd. When you're called, please vote your pleasure. Leader Holmes. Yay. Vice Chairman Doss.
Yes.
Dean Cook.
I'm good.
You good? All right. And Ms. McDonald?
Yes.
And Brown? Good. 5-0, so pass. Thank you. Next up, school bus purchase. Mr. Todd Harris.
Since we've gotten rid of a few buses, I'll put this action item in front of you.
Yes.
It is recommended that the GSCS Board of Education approve the purchase of 10 new school buses from Yancey Bus Sales at a total cost of $1,388,800. The GSCS Transportation, we maintain a bus replacement program from 2 funding sources. Those monies come from the state. We get an allocation from them, and we are using SPLOS 6 now to support the purchase of the school buses. Our current allocation is normally annually. They have updated that process and given the district funding for 11 buses over the next 3 years, and we can buy those at our discretion over the 3-year period. They award us $88,100 $88,110 per bus. The total allotment is $969,210, again, to be used at our discretion over the next 3 years. This purchase will be made using a combination of both of those sources. The base buses were chosen from the DOAS state bid list. Our manufacturers put those bids out there annually every year. We pick from that list, and then we add our options, cameras, things like that that the district chooses to purchase. This requested purchase includes 4 23-passenger Type C Bluebird Visions. That's a special needs bus. They carry 3 wheelchair bays apiece. At a total cost, the unit cost is $145,600 per unit, and the remaining 6 72-passenger, what you would consider a standard type school bus, Bluebird Vision Type C, unit price $134,400. It is recommended that the GSCS Board of Education approve the purchase of 10 new school buses from Yancey Bus Sales at a total cost of $1,388,800.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard the report from Mr. Todd Harris on the bus purchase. What is the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
So moved. Second. Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. That's 5-0. Thank you, sir. Next up, instructional materials vendor adoption. Dr. Audrey Greer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chairman Brown, Board, and Superintendent Dr. Simmons. This request seeks the approval to adopt instructional materials and resources for K-12 ELA and K-12 Science as outlined in the summary of selected instructional materials and resources. We know that our instructional vision for success is to implement high-quality instructional practices where students are engaged in reading, writing, speaking, and solving grade-level text and tasks daily. And to realize this vision, the Department of Teaching and Learning launched an instructional resources and materials review for K-12 ELA and K-12 Science. During the process, members of Teaching and Learning, as well as teachers and leaders across the district, vetted and evaluated materials based on 4 categories, including standard alignment, access and equity, assessment, and teacher instructional resources. Using the ratings derived from the product evaluation, instructional materials and resources were ranked, and those have been identified as outlined here in this summary. The selected vendor for K-5 ELA is Savvis. The selected vendor for 612 ELA is Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, also known as HMH. The selected vendor for K-5 Science is McGraw-Hill, and the selected vendor for 612 Science is Savvis. It is recommended that the Griffin Spalding Board of Education adopts K-12 ELA and K-12 Science instructional materials and resources as outlined in the summary of selected instructional materials and resources chart above. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Dr. Greer. Ladies and gentlemen of this body, are there any questions? Yes, Ms. McDonough, you're recognized.
Just a couple. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Dr. Greer, are these, will there be any professional learning involved with this for our teachers?
Absolutely. Each one of these vendors has professional learning that will start taking place in July, and it will continue throughout the rest of the school year.
Okay, and what happens if that interferes with already planned vacation time with family?
So our professional learning will take place on district professional learning days to include pre-planning.
Very good. That's great. And I think I saw somewhere, but I just want to be sure, there's a hard copy. Is there a bound book and online?
Yes, in most cases it is a consumable workbook
Okay.
for students, so each student will receive his or her own copy. At the high school level, we will have class sets of some of the content areas, but they will still have access to those materials during class.
So each student will have a consumable item?
Yes.
That would be his or hers?
Yes.
That's great. Okay, very good. That's all my questions, Mr. Brown. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any other members of this body that have questions for Dr. Greer? All right, hearing none, we have heard the presentation of adoption of K through 12 ELA and K through 12 Science instructional materials and resources to support Tier 1 instruction. What is the pleasure of this body?
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Pass. Next item.
Thank you, Dr. Greer.
Thank you.
FY24.
Instructional materials.
Instructional materials. Dr. Greer, I'm sorry.
So with that passing of the selected vendors, we now are seeking to approve the use of Title II and ESSER funds at a total cost not to exceed $1,472,371 to purchase the instructional materials and resources, as well as those contract professional learning services to support Tier 1 instruction. Again, you have our instructional vision for student success. You know that we have led that textbook and instructional resources adoption process. We have also launched Our Ready as a tool to support Tier 2 and Tier 3 support. Because of the tremendous improvement in student learning outcomes for these students, we are seeking to expand Our Ready to all students K through 8th grade, which will be used specifically during the instructional focus time. That same level of achievement that we have realized with Our Ready, we have also seen with Orton Gillingham. So we are seeking to continue our Orton Gillingham phonics instruction, as well as provide professional learning to new classroom teachers next school year to support Orton Gillingham. The instructional materials and resources as outlined will allow students to engage in reading, writing, speaking, and solving grade level text and tasks daily. As you can see, I have included a summary of budgeted instructional materials and resources to include items that are being renewed, such as IMSC for Orton Gillingham and Our Ready from Curriculum Associates. This also includes the newly adopted materials for K-12 ELA, as well as K-12 Science, and those professional learning services that go along with the programs. It is recommended that the Griffin Spalding Board of Education approves the use of Title II and ESSER funds at a total cost not to exceed $1,472,371 to purchase instructional materials and resources, as well as the contracted professional learning services to support Tier 1 instruction.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any questions for Dr. Greer on this particular action memo? Hearing none, what is the pleasure of this body to seek to approval to use Title II funds and ESSER funds toward the total cost not to exceed for instructional materials and resources to support Tier 1 instruction?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Ms. Barbara Austin, summer school curriculum. I don't know. And while we're waiting on Ms. Austin to come up, Clark, can you come up front for us real quickly, please, sir?
Clark.
Clark Fagan. Come on, Clark.
That's Mama, there go that
All
guy.
right. So our good friend Clark here is a scholar at Crescent Elementary. He is a 5th grader. He is here tonight. He's working on his Eagle Scout. There are 14 Eagle required merit badges, and today he is here to get the Communications Merit Badge for Boy Scouts of America. He is a part of Troop 4, which is chartered at First United Methodist Church. Clark, thank you so much for coming and participating in this legislative process, and we wish you all the best in achieving your Eagle Scout, sir. Clark, somebody got something for you. Gotta get, hey, and y'all gotta support Clark now. Everybody that like donuts, you gotta support Clark. See Miss Fagan to get your donuts. Miss Austin.
Thank you, Chairman Brown.
Let's pass the bag.
Good evening again, Board, and as well as our Superintendent Simmons. I come before you this evening as a follow-up to the earlier presentation regarding our 2023 Summer Extended Learning Program, which is our LIT Camp. So the Federal Programs Department requests to purchase supplemental materials to be used to provide to our scholars grades K through 8 who are participating in the 2023 Summer Enrichment Learning Program. As shared earlier, we will be utilizing the Scholastic curriculum, as well as Scholastic's Bell Excel for math, as well as the Lego Education program. So at this time, we do come before the board, and as is recommended, that we that you approve, please, the request to purchase supplemental materials for our summer learning program not to exceed $210,778. The funds utilized will be ESSER 3 as well as our carryover funds from Title I.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any questions for Ms. Alston? All right, hearing none. What is the pleasure of this body to purchase the 2023 summer school curriculum?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned and seconded to approve this item. All those in favor, please vote by raising your right hand. 5-0 approved. You're still up.
Yes, sir, thank you. At this time, the district requests a multi-year partnership with an annual renewal option with the University of Virginia Partnership for Leaders in Education, known as UVA PLE. This is to support our school transformation efforts at a cost not to exceed $500,000 using a combination of Title I and ESSER 3 funds. Just a little background regarding UVA. The UVA PLE Core Partnership approach tailors to each system team's needs and is aligned to where Griffin Spalding is in his journey. The district has strong leadership, seeking to better define and ambitiously pursue an inspiring future state of this district. And this partnership will serve as a springboard towards achieving transformational goals. The partnership will prioritize shifting system conditions and leadership supports to accelerate change both in our identified schools and in a couple more of ours to serve our critical masses of schools as well. It is at this time that it is recommended that the Griffin Spalding County Board of Education approves the multi-year partnership with an annual renewal option with the University of Virginia Partnership for Leaders in Education to support the transformation efforts of our identified schools during the 22-23 and through our 24-25 school year to not exceed the cost of $500,000 using a combination of Title I and ESSER funds.
Thank you so much. Board members, we've had much discussion around this. Are there any questions for Ms. Alston or the superintendent at this time? Hearing none, what is the pleasure of this body for this item?
So moved.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded by the leading ladies to my right. What is the pleasure of this body?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
It's already been.
Second.
It's already seconded.
I'm trying to show Mr. Holmes.
Right. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, 5-0. Next up, Ms. Judy Battle, Workers' Compensation Insurance Coverage.
All right, good evening, Board Chairman, Board members, and Superintendent Simmons. I bring before you an action memo to make a transition from a fully insured worker, from a self-insured workers' compensation plan to a fully insured compensation plan. We've given you information about the summary. We've given you some background information to explain the difference between the two policies. And at this time, it is our recommendation, based on a response submitted from the proposers from the RFP, the scoring rubric from the selection committee, reference checks, and previous experience, our recommendation is to award the request for proposal for workers' compensation insurance to the Georgia School Board Association effective May 1st, 2023.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions in regards to this item? Thank you so much for the work that you've done on this item. Mrs. Battle, Workers' Compensation Insurance Coverage, what is the pleasure of this body? All right, it's been properly motioned and second. All those in favor, please vote by raising your right hand. So moved.
Thank you.
Doss and Holmes on the motion in a second. Mr. Bruce Ballard, all about the buildings.
Good evening, Chairman Brown, Board, and Dr. Simmons.
Good evening.
Good to see you all tonight. I'm excited to come to you tonight. As you all know, we have been working on the local facilities plan, or as sometimes referred to as the 5-year plan, for a number of months now. And as of the 29th of March, the State Department did bring together the survey team to review our plan, and go over the details. We did have another virtual plan since COVID. Most of the plans have been done virtually as opposed to in person, but that does help to expedite things. But fortunately, it went well. I know that the initial copy that we had sent out, we did not have the signed version in place at the time. Don't know that you got a copy of that, but I did want to just make note that they did have several commendations here. They wanted to let you all know at the end of the package, and that they were basically said, and was written into the report, that the team commends the superintendent, board, and staff for its thorough evaluation and thought process used in the development of the local facilities plan. The team commends the superintendent and board for having in place an organizational structure that provides housing which benefits in the instructional program, as well as takes into consideration the safety, security for students of Griffin Spalding County Schools. The survey team commends previous planning as well as the maintenance and operations that continues to provide modern and up-to-date facilities for the students of Spalding County. The team commends the superintendent and board for maximizing all available sources of funding and addressing the district facility needs. The team commends the stakeholders in the district for their support of the Griffin Spalding County school system, as evidenced by the passage of multiple e-splosh to support the facility needs of the district. And in summary, the survey team commends the system for the progress made and the future planning indicated in the local facility plan, also for the professionalism shown during the virtual facility visit. So with that, they did approve the plan. Overall, you can see there that the total needs continue to outpace what we can make up in a single SPLOS. Right now, that does show a total need of $102,377,973, and the total amount eligible currently for earning entitlement from the state is $21,367,982. So with that, the superintendent recommends approving the local facilities plan, prepared and subsequently approved by the Georgia DOE and certified by the Comprehensive Facilities Survey Team on March 29, 2023. Furthermore, it is recommended that the associated resolution be approved and adopted. There is a resolution that is attached to this, and with that, upon approval denied and signature of that, if that is your pleasure, then we'll pass that on to the state board for them to approve at their next meeting.
Thank you so much. We have heard Mr. Ballott's presentation. Are there any questions or comments, concerns to Mr. Ballott?
I'd just like to say thank you for the hard work. I know it takes a lot to get all of that added up and together, and the work to make that happen, so I appreciate that.
Glad to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of this body, we have heard the local facilities plan. You have in your viewing the resolution. At this time, we're going to ask what the pleasure of this body is for this particular item.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by McDonald of the 5th and seconded by Holmes of the 3rd. All in favor, please vote by raising your right hand. 5-0, approved.
Thank you.
All right, any board member comments?
Sir.
Hearing none. All right, we are going to executive folder. We are going into, we are getting ready to go into executive session. What is the pleasure of this body?
So moved. For the purpose of?
To go into executive session for the purpose to discuss and deliberate upon disciplinary action, dismissal, or non-renewal of personnel, and to discuss and authorize negotiations to purchase, dispose of, lease of property, and other purposes.
Motion to go into executive session.
All right, it's been motioned by Doss of the 2nd, seconded by McDonald of the 5th. All those in favor, raise your right hand. We're in executive session.
All right, Elizabeth, let's do it. Let's do it.
Mr. Ballard.
I don't know how he does what he does.
Mr. Ballard. We're ready. Ain't he? Impressive. What is it, 32 colleges? Goodness gracious.
I would have announced as soon as I got my first.
He's going to North Carolina. He got accepted into their no.
Have the AP seen that? That's the first time. She saw one here. Yeah, I just, my knowledge back to you is always make sure y'all got all the facts as much as possible. Like, you know, if you hate to see it was something right on when you see the video, should have did essentially, you know what I'm saying? That was my fear. When you said you had to see him, but that's, although it's ministry, that's a big deal. That's 12 more months. That's my big, sheep. Huh? Like, exactly. And I'm telling you from experience, I'm telling you. It's fake. My supervisor, no problem, man. No problem. Like, I'm busy. Give me a call. Hey, what's going on? Well, he mentioned the CPI, so we know from year to year the reduction in numbers. Small young girl you got there, man. So I'm just impressed with Lee. She'll tell you she'll be there. Small too. Impressed one step on you. Oh yeah. I'll tell you.
That's in addition to the general fund, though. That's extra. I don't know. That's extra. 150, ESSER, and then on top of that, that'd be a student. And you might want to leave those tables. So, but that 565, Title 1 and 2. Title 1 and just a little bitty piece of state. I mean, powerful understand all that stuff. I need to read up on that. And you know, he removed the appointments. Yeah, I saw that. I heard. Thank you so much, Dr. My mistake. My mistake. Sorry about that. I love to use it for Wi-Fi. It's pay for itself. I do get the Wi-Fi. So you calling me now, Miss Ray? My phone ain't on the table. See, look. Look at your oh. You saw that? This is just fine. Well,
Tiffany, she left. All right, Adam, I'm about to get out of here. You gonna stay?
Yeah, I got to stay and get the
Okay.
information for the report. But,
I think I actually, you just still need 20 minutes for Thursday, right? I'm gonna finalize this with you. Okay. Y'all good folks, take it easy. Yes, ma'am. So the Braves won last night,
that was, they played
walk
bad,
off,
but they,
yeah.
they did it the right time. That was exciting. I did not expect it. You know, they had it won, and then they blew it, and then that guy, I mean, the very first pitch, home run, win the game. Yeah, he said it to Jack Riley for some time.
Second.
All in favor, signify by raising your right hand.
Hey.
4-0. So, I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda with the addition of the resignation.
So move.
Zach? And Sue? And all in favor, signify by raising your right hand.
Almost been done.
And so then I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move, Mr. Chair.